The fifth episode begins with an elf adventurer encountering a large monster in front of him. Seeing the creature, the elf becomes extremely frightened and freezes in place. Taking advantage of his fear, the monster attacks him and kills him. Just then, the elf's companion arrives and yells at him not to die yet, but realizes that his friend has already perished. Shocked, the second adventurer looks around and sees more monsters approaching, causing him to shout, "Who are you all?" The monster then attacks and kills him too. In the next scene, we see that the monster has killed many elves. Another man arrives at the scene with a boy and is horrified by the massacre. He finds one survivor, who tells him that horde of monsters attacked before succumbing to his injuries and dying. Hearing this, the man decides to report everything to the village chief. The scene shifts to the village, where Christina is training Cap's child in swordsmanship. She is teaching him with dedication. On the other side, Dolan is training a young girl, instructing her not to swing her sword thoughtlessly as it might leave her vulnerable to attacks. Observing Dolan's training, Celina recalls Denzel's words asking Dolan if he would like to join the academy. She begins to worry that if Dolan joins the academy, he might leave her behind. Feeling sad, she is suddenly distracted when several children start playing with her tail, which irritates her, and she chases them. Dolan watches this and feels happy, remarking that Celina is becoming a part of the village, hoping that this bond lasts forever. Christina then approaches Dolan and asks for his help, as she wants to explore the forest after hearing about the dangerous animals there. Dolan expresses concerns about safety, but Christina argues that she has a reason. Albert mentioned he couldn't feed his pigs their favorite food, which grows only in the forest. She plans to guard the pigs while they feed to help the village. Dolan agrees reluctantly. In the next scene, we see them safely leading the pigs into the forest. Celina notes their heavy armor, to which Dolan explains it's necessary due to recent sightings of dangerous monsters. However, he reassures himself that with Celina and Christina around, there is little to worry about. Christina enjoys the fresh forest air, and Celina agrees with her. Meanwhile, the pigs start looking for food. The captain, who is with them, advises everyone to stay alert, as few people venture into this part of the forest. Suddenly, Soldier notices a pig wandering past a bush and goes after it. But as he approaches, Creature attacks the pig and flings it far away. The terrified soldier realizes the attacker is a blade tiger, which charges at him. The captain arrives just in time, hitting the tiger on the head with a hammer, defeating it. He advises the soldier to stay vigilant, warning him that animals can attack anytime. Just then, the same monster from the beginning of the episode reappears, launching an attack, and the captain screams in pain. Dolan hears the scream and rushes to the scene. The captain instructs everyone to stay away from the monster before fainting. The monster then moves to attack Dolan, but Dolan uses an energy ball to throw it back. Christina asks what type of monster it is, and Dolan explains that it's a low-ranking demon called Scout from the demonic realm. Christina, surprised, asks how he knows this, to which Dolan says he read about it in a book at his master's place. Dolan distracts the demon while Christina attacks and kills it. The demon disappears, leaving Christina shocked, asking what it was. Dolan warns her not to tell the villagers about the demon. In the next scene, everyone gathers as the village elder arrives, informing them that the captain's life is not in danger and that Magro and Mew are taking care of him. Relieved, some people mention that the blade tiger is a rare creature, and now with another unknown monster in the forest, it's troubling news. Christina expresses concern, as the captain is the leader of the village garrison and the strongest soldier. If a monster injured him so severely, it means the creature must be extremely powerful. Dolan thinks to himself that the blade tiger was already dangerous, but the demon is an even bigger issue. He wonders what is happening in the forest. The village elder's grandmother arrives, announcing that the captain has regained consciousness and is fine, easing everyone's worry. She reveals that something powerful attacked the captain, indicating that the creature is not a normal animal. Dolan asks if something strange is happening in the forest and offers to investigate and put an end to it. The grandmother warns him, saying that though the creature is dangerous, they must coexist with it as it is part of nature. Dolan agrees to respect nature but insists that investigating the forest is the human way of safeguarding it. The grandmother permits him to go, but not alone. Celina volunteers to accompany him, but before she can, Christina quickly offers to go with Dolan. However, the elder declines Christina's request, explaining that if something were to happen to her, they would be answerable to the academy and would break the promise made to Gora. "We'll keep you safe, so you are not going," they say. Hearing this, Celina says, "If that's the case, then I'll go with Dolan, because I have my cursed eye and I can use magic as well, so I might be of help to Dolan." Dolan tries to refuse, but Celina insists, "No, please take me along." "You will, right?" Dolan finally agrees and tells Wilder, "Celina and I will go investigate in the forest. Christina, you stay here, because this is our village, and solving its problems is our responsibility." Christina agrees, and the elder also consents, saying, "Fine, Dolan, you and Celina go handle this, but promise you won't put your lives in danger and will return safely." Dolan promises, "Yes, we'll come back safely." In the next scene, Dolan and Celina are on their way. Dolan remarks, "It's been a while since we've been alone like this," making Celina blush. She then composes herself and thinks, "I mustn't get distracted. I'm here with Dolan, but I need to show that I'm useful in battle." She says, "I'll try not to be a burden to you," to which Dolan replies, "All right, and we also have your cursed eye, which will be quite helpful." They then reach the forest entry when, unexpectedly, they run into Christina, who, seeing them, says, "It's a beautiful day. isn't it? I just came to take a walk in the forest. They are surprised. In the following scene, the three of them team up to fight against the monster, or rather, the demon. Christina is also fighting alongside them. We are then shown a flashback where Dolan asks Christina, "The elder asked you to stay in the village, didn't he? I thought you'd listen to him. So why did you come here?" Christina replies, "You said it's your village's problem, so you'll handle it yourself. But the Varun village is dear to me too, and I want to protect its people." What's strange about that? Dolan nods and asks Celina, "What do you think?" Celina replies, "I feel the same way as Christina. The village's problems are our problems." Dolan agrees, "All right," and then tells Christina, "Let's say you were just heading in the same direction as us, so it's all a coincidence." Back in the present, Dolan is fighting the demon, thinking, Celina and Christina feel exactly the same. In life, you come across people you care about. That's part of life, and I feel the same way. Little by little, I'm becoming more human. Saying this, Dolan defeats all the monsters. Then, another monkey-like monster appears before Christina, but before they can fight, Celina approaches the monster and gives it some fruit. The monkey monster apologizes for scaring them, and Celina, understanding it, says, "No worries." Christina, surprised, remarks, "I've never seen such a friendly monster." Christina is about to ask Dolan if Celina has always been this way, but then notices tiny monkeys climbing on Dolan. She exclaims, "What's going on here?" Dolan replies, "I don't know, but it seems they've taken a liking to me. They were scared at first, but not anymore." In the next scene, they're all sitting together, eating. Christina asks Dolan and Celina, "Aren't you afraid of monsters?" Celina responds, "I am a monster myself, so why would I be afraid of them?" Christina, apologizing, says she forgot about that. Celina comments, "If only everyone was as understanding as you." Dolan agrees, saying, "Yes, you are right." He then opens a jar of jam, and Celina asks, "Did Mew make this?" Dolan nods, "Yes, it's her latest creation." Celina asks for some, and then we see a monster approaching Christina, asking for something. Celina advises Christina to give it a fruit, and Christina agrees, feeding the monster, who begins to eat peacefully. Christina then pets the monster, becoming quite happy. Celina explains, "These monsters were probably hungry, which is why they attacked us." Dolan adds, "These are powerful monsters, but they must have been driven from their feeding grounds. The spider we fought earlier was likely forced out too." Such changes in the forest seem strange. Dolan then gives Christina a piece of bread topped with cheese, and Christina, after listening to Dolan, comments, "You are right. We can't ignore the forest's changes." She tastes the bread, saying, "This is delicious." Dolan explains, "My mom baked it, and my dad taught me to prepare the meat. Do you like it?" Christina, pleased, replies, "Yes, I do. Monsters seem even cuter to me now." Celina then says, "You eat so adorably," and Dolan agrees, "Yes, Christina's charm is fascinating." Christina blushes, telling them to stop teasing her. Celina then asks Christina if she can share the secret of her charm, saying it might boost her charm spells and help her find a husband. Christina hesitates, unsure of how to teach her. Dolan reassures Celina, "You don't need to learn it. You are perfect as you are," making Celina happy. She wonders, "Am I already charming? Will Dolan make me his wife?" She thinks maybe Dolan is shy and is unsure how to respond. Suddenly, they feel something strange and become alert. A ball-like object suddenly appears and collides near them, and inside, they see a fairy who wants them to run. Just then, the same demon reappears, and Dolan attacks it, but the demon dodges. Dolan tells Celina to take the monkeys away, and she complies, moving the monsters away. Christina and Dolan then work together to defeat the demon. However, they soon realize they are surrounded by more demons, which frightens Celina as she steps forward. A demon approaches, but Dolan uses an energy rain attack to strike the monsters and save Celina. Christina also continues fighting. Dolan notices another demon attacking him from behind and realizes he can't fend them off alone. He attacks the lower demon with his sword, but the upper demon attacks him, forcing him to block it with his hand. Dolan reflects on his parents, saying, "I feel sorry for them. They gave me this body, but I need to change it a bit." He transforms his hand into a dragon's claw and uses his dragon power to defeat the demons, saying, "My dragon powers make things much easier." He sees that Christina has also defeated demon but notices another demon about to attack her. Celina quickly uses her powers to save Christina, who thanks her, and Celina replies, "No problem." Dolan then compliments Celina, "You are so kind. That's why you are beautiful and charming." Celina blushes, asking, "Am I beautiful?" In the next scene, they talk to the fairy, asking if she's okay. She thanks them, asking if they are human and lamia. They introduce themselves, and she introduces herself as Meral. She explains, "Those demon soldiers suddenly started chasing me, so I was running. Dolan thinks these demons might be the reason the forest is changing and realizes that those demons were scouts, meaning stronger demons are coming. Christina asks Miral if she can tell them what's going on, saying they came to investigate why the forest is changing and offer help. Miral says they are indeed in trouble, and their help would be invaluable. Just then, Dolan senses something, warning the group that they're surrounded. Christina draws her sword, but Dolan stops her, wondering if they're being watched by demons. However, the ones watching them reveal themselves, they're wood elves. Christina identifies them as such, and suddenly, the man they saw at the beginning of the episode appears. He tells Miral to come to him and stay away from them. And with that, the episode ends.